talk about it after we go live. It's
now we're live.
It's on the prompter, and you know what? We'll do it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Welcome to Stasis Lock episode 166. Another like a thing that I think we're gonna start doing going forward. I talked about it. The title is Golden Globes 2020 Monologue. So we're just trying to get it.
I need to finish watching that.
I think I just watched the monologue. That's all I gave a shit about. Ricky Gervais killed it. So we've talked about it.
I started watching it. Got about 2 to 3 minutes in, and then I got bored.
That's fair.
I guess I watched the whole thing.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. Like, if somebody hadn't have like mentioned like Ricky Gervais killed it, then I wouldn't have even like thought to like. I've never watched like Golden Globe. I think I watched the Grammys once when I was a kid. I was like 8 or 9 years old, you know, because like I had to see if like my guys won or whatever, you know, shit that I really don't care about as an adult, and I ultimately don't care about that shit in movies and television either. I like that Beast Wars won a daytime Emmy, or an Emmy, whatever kind of Emmy they won. I like to be like, yeah, my team won an Emmy,
but I still wasn't around to watch the shit.
Yeah, like I definitely didn't watch it when they won it, but I do like you know, touting that over other people in the fandom.
Yeah,
but I like as much as I love Endgame and how I thought that was the greatest movie of 2019. Like, I don't know if the actors won any like jerk off actor fest award. No, like I don't give a shit. Like, I don't even think like as much as I am for Chris Evans as Captain America, I don't even think I follow that dude on Twitter. I don't know, like, beyond comic book artists and writers, I don't think I follow any. I like a few voice actors, I guess, but other than that, like, I don't follow celebrities on social media because I hope they're living their best life, and like that's that. Like, they provide content for me. I enjoy that content. Occasionally, I want to pay them money for an autograph, and that's where the relationship ends. Except for Gary Chalk. I get to be friends with Gary Chalk, and that's super cool. Hopefully, I can get there with Scott McNeil one day, because maybe that could be more than a friendship. Talk to me dirty in Dinobot's voice. So, anyways,
I'm gonna do like 20 videos at a con with him. See how it goes.
That was is he going to be at a con near you?
Well, no, I'm not talking about me.
Oh.
Talk about a certain con in Florida.
Oh, yeah. What was it called? MechaCon? No, that's Louisiana.
MetroCon or something like that.
Everything starts with an M. It's ridiculous. We got Juan in the chat and TM2 Dinobot in the chat. How are y'all doing? TM2 Dinobot Candace is taking the week off. She put in some vacation time, and, you know, we're unionized, so we kind of had to let her have it. So it's rather unfortunate. But I'm your host tonight, Primal Sabbath. You can find me everywhere at Primal Sabbath. I'm Dakota. You can find me everywhere at Primal Sabbath. Mike, where can people find you at?
Find me everywhere as Angry Mike.
When are you gonna like change to like Apathetic Mike? Or
no, look, dude, y'all people keep making me change my name. I'm not doing it no damn more. You're still a Mike, goddammit.
I'm just saying, like, when can we?
Because he's never gonna not be angry.
You ever gonna have like, meh, okay, Mike, or I know Happy Mike's probably out of the question.
Who?
Yeah, just the fucking Mike show.
What'd you say? What kind of Mike?
I said, okay, Mike.
No.
Nope. Always angry. Always in a bad.
Going to be angry. Always going to want to piss people off.
Up here in Canada, we call that edgy Mike.
You wait till
up here with the losers, eh?
You wait till Robocon 2020. We're going to make sure we bring Angry Dalton out.
Oh, just wait. I've got a few ideas in mind too.
No, it doesn't matter, Mike. It already happened, January 8th. That's the date we're calling it.
It doesn't matter. I'm going for.
I gotta go back.
I'm going for second prize.
Did not happen.
$25.
Mike's going. There was no second prize.
There is now. Damn it.
Speaking of Hello Darkness, my old friend Dalton, where can people find you?
Find me everywhere at Daltonians TFs and go fuck yourselves.
Hey.
Right.
He was talking to you guys, not us. Like he was talking to the
viewers. I was talking to the 3 co-hosts here.
What did Tyler do? I mean, I could see you telling that to me and Dakota, but Tyler's been like Yeah.
All I had to do was laugh.
Fuck you guys. No, not gonna happen. I can see you highlighted me. Thanks. There, get a good look at that.
We want to see the veins. We want to see the veins circulating on your head.
No,
That's not what veins do, Mike.
No, bulge. I mean, bulge the veins.
they pop.
You know what else bulges, Mike? Tyler, where can people find you at tonight?
You can find me everywhere in the War Machine suit as Frank Castle, because that is the only Frank Castle I want to see from now on. God damn.
Dude, you need to okay. The War Machine suit is probably the coolest Punisher aesthetic. Cosmic Ghost Rider.
I even bought the Marvel Legends figure.
Like Cosmic Ghost Rider is probably though my
Cosmic Punisher.
I don't know. Yeah, Punisher becomes the Cosmic Ghost Rider. Frank Castle becomes.
Oh no shit.
Oh yeah,
shit. So he's got the that. There's a Marvel Legends coming out of that with the bike, and it looks so cool. And I'm so pissed off because Hasbro stopped doing 3 3/4. So I just get to look at all these cool 6-inch toys that should be in 3 3/4 scale, and I don't get to own these awesome designs. But check out Punisher Soviet. Garth Ennis is writing it. McInnes, whatever. Ennis, I think it's Ennis.
Yes.
The dude
Ennis.
that wrote The Boys, and it's a Max Comics, so we get all the fucks and the bloods and all that other cool stuff. So
INB for The Boys. I've been reading Garth Ennis since Crossed.
Okay.
Actually, I read a bit of Preacher as well. I never watched the show though.
I haven't watched the show yet, but now that I know he wrote it, I kind of want to watch it. But I was introduced to him through The Boys. But Leonardo11, what's up, dude? So yeah, but yes, Punisher Soviet has been really sweet. I picked up issue 3 this week, but I haven't checked it out yet. Speaking of stuff we picked up, Mike, did you get anything in this week?
Yeah, I want to actually show it off. I got this in today. We talked on the phone earlier about it. BotCon 2014 Scorpionox, but I have had it, but it's the upgrade kit that has the little chrome shins on it, and then the claws were added on, and then these little upper pieces. But the cool thing is on the head is that it's flat, but it can look down and sideways.
It's a new, like a little turntable.
The side look.
Yes, it has a little, hey, what's up, Bo?
Hey, Bo.
Hey, Bo. So yeah, this is a pretty cool little deal. I mean, I think I kind of maybe paid too much. But, I mean, I think it's worth it.
Oh shit! I did not.
What'd you do? Cut me out?
Yeah, I meant to take it off of solo, but it totally I ended up removing you from the call.
But yeah, I mean, I'm happy with it. The only downfall was that you literally have to take this whole figure completely apart. You have to take the arms off. You have to take. I mean, it was a
what
nightmare.
kind of screwdriver did you use, man? Because you kept telling me you stripped all your screws, but I remember taking mine apart, and the screwdriver set that I used, I had a couple of different of the smaller sizes. It wasn't for
this little teeny tiny.
It wasn't.
Thing.
Yeah. See, I think that's too small.
Well, it fit in there just perfect. Now, the one I told you about in the shoulder that was stripped, that was already stripped from the get-go.
That was already stripped.
It was already stripped, and then let's see. Oh, if you can see.
Well, it's not too weird. I know. Sometimes they can.
Where's it at?
They can kind of over tighten them at the factory. Yeah.
There's a screw that's still
kind of
hanging
poking out.
Yeah, and then another screw snapped completely off while I was putting the arm back together. I mean, it was.
Tell you, man, I don't modify exclusives, and that's one of the reasons to it. It looks great and everything, but
yeah,
it's just there's too much what ifery going on there, and I just don't have the stomach for it.
But as far as that, I mean, I really like it. That's what I was wanting for a long time, and then I found it, and I just snatched it up. But yeah, this is the only thing I've gotten this week.
Okay. Dalton, what'd you get this week?
Is that curry? Where's that smell? Oh,
he's talking to his girl.
Okay. There's a mute button, Tyler. Anyways, I got the replacement of Masterpiece Hound.
Tyler, you dumb bitch. What'd you get, Dalton?
I got my replacement of Masterpiece Hound, and he knows that Mike's going to call him trash, so he's drinking his little flask of Energon just to forget the problem.
Okay, hold on.
That's a great started sucking his own dick.
Hold on one second. I got a question.
That's a great looking hound.
You got a replacement one for the one that you broke?
Yes.
I am turning you into Amazon.
Hang on a second.
So, hang on, Mike.
Are you new to this, Mike? Dalton does this all the time. He breaks something, blames the seller, and then gets all of his money back.
I didn't blame the seller.
Who'd you blame then?
Remember that time he did it on eBay?
Did you tell them, "Hey, my fat fingers broke"?
I do remember that. Lio Convoy. It was Lio Convoy. Convoy.
No, it did break.
Yeah.
Your right out of package.
Your fumble fingers.
No.
Yeah, it was mint and sealed box. You took it out of the box, you broke it, and then you wanted a refund.
No.
Somebody did that to me with a KO Masterpiece
Don't
Skyward.
fucking turn it around.
The dude was like, I turned the arm and it broke, and I was just like, first of all, that's a lie. Do what?
Which figure was it?
For me or the one that Dalton broke?
No, the one you sold that they said broke on him.
It was a KO Masterpiece Skyward that was like fine with no stress on the joints. Everything moved smoothly.
I think I remember you telling me this now.
And like what's wild, man, is like it came in, they left me positive feedback, and they were like, "Hey, it broke. Can I get a money back?" I said, "Best I can do is $20." And I honestly didn't have to do that because they left me good feedback. I could have been like, "Nope, sorry, sucks to suck." But what are you gonna do? It's $20. I get it back. I get it back in a truck stop parking lot.
Shut up, Mike.
We're gonna call it Dalton.
No.
Team 2 Dinobot says, TM2DB, I have used this same screwdriver for almost 20 years. It has fit probably 85% of all Transformer screw heads I've ever tried to remove, and I customize everything. Pictures would help, but what can you do? And I know you can't post any in the chat, but I got
pictures to Dalton.
I don't know. It's out of reach, but.
Don't send me the spam.
You'd email it to him, he'd open it and send it back like, "Can I get a refund?"
Shut up. That's only happened once, and it wasn't even my fault.
he CCs himself in the forward. He's just like, "Can I get a refund?" Tyler, what'd you get this week?
I got a care package. I thought it was a lot bigger than it actually was as far as amount goes. I finally got my winged beast, which is awesome.
You taking it out yet?
Yeah. I haven't transformed it.
Did Customs take it out and fucking smash it against a table?
No.
Okay.
No. And that's the thing too. Like, well, I'll get there. So I took the winged beast out, and it is marvelous. It's very well detailed, well painted, well put together, the whole nine. And I open it up, and I'm holding it in my hands, and I go, "Whoa!" at how big and how crazy it is. And I show my wife, and she's like, "That's huge." And I was like, "That's right." And then it just kind of hit me that I don't know, man. I have something with the transmetals. Like, as far as Masterpiece goes, not that I don't want it. I absolutely love it, but like, it doesn't hit me the same way that Megatron hit me, like MP43 hit me. 43? Yeah, 43. Yeah, MP43 hit me, or Dinobot, or even Primal hit me. Like, it doesn't do the same. It doesn't squeeze my wiener head the same way.
You know why? Because it's trash.
Oh my God, Mike!
Yo, walk right into that one.
Fucking walk right into it.
I knew it was coming.
The thing is, like, Mike held it and he looked at it with impressed in his eyes, and he was just like, "I wish this wasn't third party." Like Leonardo 11 says, this week I'm waiting for the arrival of X-Transbot, Motormaster, Siege, Hotshot, and Lancer, MP Transmutate, and maybe Fans Hobby Thunderclash. My dude buying everything.
Anyways, I know you got confused things. That MP Transmutate is not Masterpiece. No.
It's
Don't go down
MP
there.
scale. It's MP scale.
We don't know that.
Like-
You don't have it in hand.
Somebody's commented and said it was as big as MP Dinobot.
Which one's this?
That's not MP scale.
Transmutate. Yeah, it would be.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, it would.
As big as Dinobot? The thing
Dude,
was
as big
shorter
as
than
as
Silverbolt.
big as Rampage? No, it wasn't. Silverbolt's
It was.
about Dinobot size.
Bruh, I will go back and watch that episode right now.
It's fine.
If
Dinobot wasn't in the
Dinobot-
episode, so it doesn't matter. We'll see. We'll see. Because mine is also hopefully en route as well.
Yeah.
So I went through a middleman that went through a middleman for mine. So
No doubt.
I'm
What
at
else?
his mercy.
I got the the transform element Black Arachnia or Black
Extra
Widow.
zero says to light up the dragon head and see what it does for you, Tyler. Put them batteries.
Yeah, I still gotta. Yeah, like I said, I love it. It just doesn't hit me the same way.
Yeah.
And I'm wow. I don't.
It's because you haven't.
I don't
That's because
wanna
you haven't
say
used
him.
the lights.
I don't see. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, yeah, I got this transform element Black Widow, and I absolutely love this thing. I was expecting to be a bit bigger, and I'm actually even happier that it's a little smaller. This thing is so crazy small, and so
I wished it would have been a little bit bigger. Like that's like as soon as I had it in hand and was kind of like looking at it next to like some of the other stuff, I was like, oh man. Like I'm still probably like if they repaint it into some real niche stuff and like they do like if they do an RC repaint or if they do pack rat out of the rat trap, I think I'll pick those up for like novelty. But I don't think I'm in on the.
I don't think
standard
anyone's gonna do your niche botcon stuff.
You'd be surprised. What's up, Jed? Jed in the chat.
Hello, Jet
And
Lag.
Leonardo11 says it bigger than Dinobot, and it says he got it from Show Z. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll bust the scale chart out and then because like I know Rampage was much bigger than Dinobot.
And Rampage was also much bigger than Transmutate.
We'll see.
Anyway,
It would. It might fit. I don't know. I really want to know how he's measuring it. Like I wonder if he's got the head, like the neck, all the way up, or if it's slumped over like it's supposed to be. You know, so many questions. No reviews.
what else did I get? I got a package. Not a package. I got figures for Tom. The half a 2-pack.
Yeah, with a surprise in there. Don't ruin the surprise.
Yeah. I got the custom Panda Polar Claw. Finally.
Finally.
And, bro, I asked you for that back in like August.
Bitch, it was for free. And I didn't mail you anything between now and August.
Hey, hang on. I paid you for it in August.
You
and
did
then
actually didn't pay it for me.
I
did
did
not
pay
pay
you
me for it.
I paid
No,
you
you didn't.
$30 for it.
No, you didn't. I told you to wait. You paid $30 to buy it. The figure itself. Yes,
No,
you
I
did.
paid $8
Yes, you
to
did.
Joe to buy it.
No, I don't think so. We'll go back and look. You said August. You said pay for it in August.
Yeah, something like that.
All right, keep going. Keep going.
Anyway. Yeah, so I got the Panda Claw, which was really nice. I know I got it for free and eventually because when I paid you the $30, I asked you to use it towards shipping towards one of the crates that we used before. But anyway,
Okay,
and
sounds great.
then I got the BotCon Double Punch, and
That's a good
I hated it.
Oh, never mind.
Well,
It
Like-
showed up, it was broken, and I had to fix it. And like I fixed it, it's fine.
okay, so it did fix. 'Cause that was something I was very curious about.
Dude, It looked like someone grabbed a hold of the claw, then grabbed a hold of the arm, and just snapped it off like they were trying to get the meat inside. Which I was not going to blame the seller, like Dalton was. I was
come
blaming the person the seller got it off of. But then I was also thinking, hey, maybe Dakota got it because it kind of looks like a crayfish.
you think I just went into it. You know, like very seldom do you eat the claws on corral fish. They got to be big. Well, those are some big claws. So I do remember being a little hungry. No, man, like
know.
I don't know what's up with Canadian Customs though. Like the last two things I sent to my buddy Matt, like some shit showed up broken, and it's like what his boxes though. His boxes look like someone like threw them up in the air and batted them away with a sledgehammer. I don't know how the box that I sent you looked like. Was it like? Could you tell? Like honestly, I don't even know. What was the double punch? Kind of inside of another cardboard box.
It was.
Was it like resting in a cardboard box?
No.
Okay,
the
then they
double
opened
punch?
that shit up. The double punch. They opened that shit up at the border then, because I took that cardboard box, that loose cardboard box. Was there even a loose cardboard box?
Double punch box?
No,
Or
not
like
the
a
double
random
punch
cardboard?
box. It was just a random cardboard box. Probably had some like Amazon tape on it or some shit.
It was open. Yeah, it was opened.
Right, but was it
There was that
like
Black
was
Widow
it
that
hugging? Was it
sagging.
hugging the double punch box? That was what I'm trying to ask.
Yeah, it had the double punch box in it,
Okay.
but it wasn't closed.
Hmm.
Either way, like I know the risks. You know what I mean? I know the risks.
Man, like
packing all that stuff into one box, like it happens.
honestly, next time I think we just need to we need to claim full value.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, like the price that I got it for, I could still sell it the way it is now, damaged, and get more than my money back.
You're not wrong.
So I might even end up doing that just because it's a clear transformer, and most of the people know how I feel about clear transformers. But for those who don't, I don't like them because they're brittle and they're, I don't know. They don't do anything for me. I would actually trade that for a Sandstorm, just because I like the Sandstorm deco. But either way, neither here nor there. And then I got some bullshit G1 chug shit. I'm going through this thing now because I've bought almost everything from Beast Wars, aside from a few loose items and like all the niche BotCon shit that I want.
Well, not all of it. Isn't there still a pair out there? You got your heart set on?
Yeah, aside from a few loose items that I'm after and a couple BotCon things that I'm after, I've pretty much wrapped up my Beast Wars collecting. So I've started going back to the old chug line and trying to pick up figures. Not trying to, but like picking up figures if I see them, just because I've always wanted to handle them and I never actually got the chance. And I've watched reviews and stuff and I just never had them. So I got the Chug Red Alert, which is trash.
Yep.
I got the Prowl Smokescreen and Silver Streak, all trash.
Yeah, they are.
And what's the other one I got?
I didn't hate that Prowl. I didn't hate that Prowl ball. Mike's gonna say everything's trash. I didn't hate that.
I hate the way the head is just floating too high above.
You know, and it maybe because the last time I looked at it, I was messing with my Rapido, my BotCon Rapido, and like the new head sculpt on that one looks fine. But yeah, I guess I can see what you're saying.
So I will say this though, I think I like the vehicle modes more than I like the robot modes, and I think that's what was alluring because the Lambo for Red Alert is gorgeous, and I like the Nissan 350Z that the Prowl.
There's so much fucking Canadian just in that like short time frame. Nissan 350Z. Continue.
Or Nissan. I don't know how to say it.
Nissan.
Whatever. 350Z. It just sounds stupid when you say it like that.
It sounded stupid when you said it the first time. Oh, go out and drive the old Nissan 350Z. Give it a, just give her a go.
Out for a rip.
Go out for a rip with a few hosers.
Hose or hosers? No thanks. I'm good.
Probably both.
No, not interested.
Sorry, I'm a married man.
I mean, it's rice. I'm not. No, I don't care.
Extra Zero said Fans Hobby did Shattered Glass and Nucleon Quest. God Genrai, I guess is what he mean. Before even doing a regular one.
That's one company.
Niche is in. Yeah, but niche stuff is in. Like,
And then you've got a couple companies. Okay, but I don't think anyone's ever going to do niche Beast Wars stuff.
You say that, but like Beast Wars is popular as shit right now.
Look, I'm with you. I think Beast Wars is kind of taking off again. I will never go as far as to say it's popular as shit again. It's not popular as shit. It's just the people that have love for it are finally doing something for it.
Units are moving.
We will never be at the same stature in the third-party game anyway as G1 is or was or whatever going forward. Because
Extra Zero said God Bomber, not God Jinrai.
Shadow Panther wasn't an exclusive. It was just a one-off, and it was an easy repaint.
Yeah, so is Burning Convoy, and I think that's it right now. Well, I mean, technically, Cartoon Primal too. That was a mass release, but that was for one appearance in a movie, albeit it is a convoy, so I can see that. But still, like, I think more of these companies are going to start dipping their toes into Beast Wars, and like they know that we'll just like. I feel like they know that Beast Wars fans are just starving for shit. Like Cryotech's going to get made. I have a really good feeling that Cryotech's going to do really well for JX. And I honestly think that Transform Element would be done. Like if they're doing Sleeper Convoy and they're doing Shattered Glass, like they'll do a pack rat. They're not just gonna not do a pack rat. What do you mean a thrustinator?
He says we also got a thrustinator.
Who gave us a? I mean, I know the club did, but Jesus, man, what was that? 2014, 2015,
somewhere around there. Yeah, click.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I thought he was saying like there was a new one, and I was like, when did this shit happen? When did I miss this? But yeah,
look, I'm not disagreeing that Beast Wars fans are as hungry as Masterpiece fans or as G1 fans were in 2014. And I'm not saying there aren't niche collectors, and I'm not saying that niche things haven't been done. What I'm saying is the G1 fan base is much more plentiful than the Beast Wars fan base.
I think there's more bleed over with that G1 fan base than even we like to admit. But I also can't wait to look back at this day, and whenever they announce they're doing a pack rat, even if it's like some kind of an exclusive, they'd still be doing it and go, Beast Wars isn't G1 popular. They never do a pack rat. To you, Tyler.
Hey, man, if the day comes, then I'll take that shot.
If the day comes, then so will I. Did you get anything else?
No. I've been doing more painting and stuff, but that's it. Oh, I got 2 Warhammer game boards for home, so I can just play Warhammer at my house instead of going to a local hobby shop and being social.
At your house? You got a boat?
At my house. Yeah, house spelled with 2 Z's.
What about what about your friend's house?
Yeah, I can transport it. You know what I'm out and about.
Out and about?
Play some Warhammer out and about.
It's all about community. It's all about respect.
My
apologies. It's all about Warhammer.
I'm out and about.
Thank you. And,
what did you get, Dakota?
Out. Thank you for asking, Mike. I got a seemingly difficult to find Transmetal 2 Cheetor variant. It was a Japanese release of the figure. It was, the way I understand it, there's not a whole lot of information about it. It was a premiere, kind of like a premiere release. And the gray paint apps were silver instead of matching to the gray plastic like they were on the mass release version. And oddly enough, the metals, Transmetal 2 Cheetor, Japanese metals, the main release over there, was identical to the standard Hasbro Kenner release over here. So like for whatever reason, even though it was in a US, like it was single English language box, it had silver paint apps instead of the dark gray. So that finally came in the mail. I also ordered another Transmetal 2 variant. That is, the differences aren't near as cool, but it was something I had to have, and I'll probably open it when it gets here. I also got this little box from Bricks on the Dollar that I haven't opened up yet, but it is the little metal convoy that came with MP34, the first release. And I wanted that, so I got that. And who knows, it may have some extra shit in there, or it may not. Chris sometimes likes to surprise me. So I think that's all I got this week. Pretty sure that's all I got this week. And what's up, brother Kyle, in the chat? So I think I'm all caught up on who all's in the chat. If I missed anyone, sorry. But let's get into this beast banging. I probably should have been bringing this up, but it's fine. Dalton, you get it.
You're fucking gross. That's it.
Am I though?
God, you're worse, Mike.
So this is gonna be a quick one. It's Shadow Panther this week. There were no other reuses or re-releases of Shadow Panther using this mold, so we're just kind of limited to this mold. Originally, it was a Japanese exclusive repaint of Cheetor. I think it was characterized as being like Ravage's #1 fan. It's black, silver, it's got yellow. I kind of wish they would have gone with something not yellow, but what are you going to do?
Yeah, even like gunmetal gray or something.
Return it.
Yeah, something
God.
darker. Like you know, like, and maybe it's because I'm biased because green's my favorite color, but like I wouldn't have minded green. I think it would have been like equally evil looking. But I think this uses the first Cheetor tooling where you can't like get the head further down without popping it over the pin and thusly potentially ruining the figure. But he's got his accessories. You do the mutant mask thing, which we've seen before. I think it's also like cool and somewhat interesting that they went with black eyes instead of red eyes on the mutant mask. This is how I display mine, mutant mask always.
Why is that?
Just something to set him apart from Cheetor and Tigatron. Like anything I could to make him look like a bad guy.
So I would, but Cheetor is my only exception for this. Most of the other molds, I use either the mutant mask or the regular face to kind of differentiate the two. But Cheetor and Tigatron and Shadow Panther are the only ones that I don't, only because in the show, the face had enough different detail to separate the two as just their regular faces. So I can just headcanon a different face for Shadow Panther and not have to use that stupid fucking mutant mask.
Arguably, you could probably just headcanon this face because, like, honestly, like neither Cheetor nor Tigatron's toy heads looked like their animation models.
Right.
Like they were both different enough to a degree, where like you could just use Shadow Panther's like head. Like I know for the masterpiece, like hands down mutant mask all day. But just like because I have the regular robot head showing on Cheetor and Tigatron, I just like I needed something. Even though they're shelves apart, I needed something different. For Shadow Panther, but I do that for what was his name, Buzzsaw.
Yeah.
I use the robot head since I'm using the mutant mask on Waspinator and like so on and so forth. But yeah, I definitely the only one that I leave like that I don't differentiate is K9 and Wolfang because their mutant masks down look so much cooler than that Crimson Chin shit.
Right.
And yeah, and on top of that, like they were drawn that way in the Ascending and the Gathering. And like, you know, out of all the extended fiction, is not my favorite. Is probably my least favorite, but they at least look cool and the artwork was phenomenal. So, like that's just how I decided to leave them because like they just look too fucking cool with those mutant masks down. So,
we should have an episode all about mutant masks. One of these days.
Yeah, just kind of cover the topic of mutant mask, like when it's acceptable, when it's not acceptable. I don't know.
For real, I'm down. Maybe we can do an excellent outpost about it.
Ooh.
Yeah, like
I'd be down for that.
That was such a unique gimmick. Like for it to even be a gimmick, you know what I mean? Like of all the gimmicks that Transformers has had line wide, mutant masks, you know, and how it was just never properly utilized. Oh, Grimlock and Dinobot. I displayed both of those without the mutant masks.
Yeah,
Almost
that's true.
Forgot.
Honestly, I just take that shit off. Not even a mutant mask. It's just a bucket.
it's just chum bucket. I'll leave them on just because I'm weird like that. But anyways, the other way to get Shadow Panther was in a versus pack with Rhinox, or I think it was like 1999. It was the late 90s. Hasbro had an online store where you could have purchased some of the Japanese Beast Wars items, not all of them, but some of them. But Shadow Panther was among the few that were offered, like as was Lio Convoy. But you could have gotten Shadow Panther stateside if you wanted to. But that is it for Shadow Panther.
Awesome figure.
It is. It's emo Cheetor. It's basically you, right?
Go fuck yourself.
January 8th, everyone. Stop sending your emails.
Not melting down.
What'd you say?
I said I'm not melting down.
You're not Dalton what? You're not Dalton down?
He's
not melting down.
Not melting down. Okay. I didn't hear the m sound. Bro, real quick before we get this started. I like how Jed just did this white guy at the bar shit right here. Like Brother Kyle comes in, Jed Fargo's like, "Ooh, let this guy in. There he is. The man, the myth, the legend. They'll let anybody in here."
That was funny.
Anyways. Yeah, what's up, Brother Kyle? I think I already said what's up, Brother Kyle. What's up, Brother Kyle again? So don't forget to follow all of our social media, facebook.com/bsports, twitter.com/StasisLockPodcast, StasisLockPodcast@gmail.com is where you can reach us. And you can always join our group, the Beast Wars Society, on Facebook. Gotta slow that one down real quick. No, man, I was about to
getting his me impression in.
Yeah, I'm trying to back up. Let's get into some news. You can also find all those links in the description. Blah, blah, blah. The Ultra Gear Stasis Lock photo op. Bring your masterpiece cheat order piece Robocon June 5th through 6th, 2020 in Louisville, Kentucky for an epic gathering of the most open cheat ors in one location. We don't want you guys to forget. We will talk about it every single week until June, the week of June 5th. So bring your open masterpiece cheat ors and just have a pussy fest, you know? bunch of open pussies in one location. Plastic pussies. So
not no better.
Yeah, but it's cheaper. First bit of news, we were talking about it earlier.
Third party pussies.
Do what?
Mike doesn't like the third party pussy.
Oh man, I don't even think he likes the first party one either.
This is true.
So the Transart Transmutate, or Strange Friend, I don't know why it was so funny, is out now, and this is just a look at the package, which I really like this packaging design, like with the stasis pod and everything.
Yeah,
all cracked up.
I think that's dude. Like, I am damaged. Strange friend, I am hurt. And now we get to see it like fully painted. And I remember like some of our reservations, or I think mostly it was you, Tyler, was about like the color choice.
Yeah.
But I feel this is correct. Like, I feel this is right.
This looks better.
Yeah. So
I do agree.
Something
real quick,
they probably
Zero in the chat says the battle
better
masks
for
and the favorites remind me of the mutant masks. And I kind of agree. I don't think we've actually seen,
like
aside from Wheeljack with that mouth plate in Transformers Prime.
Yeah, but like, I don't honestly, like, I wouldn't consider mouth plates to be even the same caliber thing. Because I mean, Prime did it, Wheeljack did it,
Animated did it.
Yeah, Animated did it. But here's what I was kind of talking about with this head. Like, you can see they have it all the way up here, and I always thought this piece was definitely further down here to the front. I think that's how I have my my Build-A-Figure displayed. I could be wrong, but that's how, like, I always did the fully slumped over. But I mean, you can see there's a hinge right there that allows either way. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to getting this, but I think if it ends up being too big, I'm not gonna know what the fuck to do with it. So
I don't know. It looks pretty good for a night paralysis demon or sleep paralysis.
Yeah, and I think if I remember correctly, these pistons are working. So I think you would be able to get it compressed enough to be like in scale and as it was for the show. Which, like, okay, we see him depressed right there, just like Transmutate. Oh,
how much was this again? About 40, 50
it was
bucks?
like $50. Yeah, it wasn't nothing.
Oh.
There's she's limber. She's mighty limber. Get all kinds of sexy time poses out of this. She could touch the top of her head with the bottoms of her feet. There's the O face, the famous O face, and of course with the eyes breaking. Mike, how long's it been since you've seen an O face?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
Since you looked in the mirror?
I watched on Pornhub.
Real quick, our last kind of bit of like news, quote unquote. Friend of the show, Josh Fisher, who is also on All Queued Up and MPSP Theater. His daughter is selling Girl Scout cookies, and I've linked to where you can buy them if you're into Girl Scout cookies. If you like those, like the way they taste, etc. Or you can buy them online and they'll ship them right to you. So if you want to check out the links in the description, you could do that. It links to his Facebook post and the actual. I think I'll link the actual store for that as well. If any of you guys that are watching or listening have a daughter or a sister or whatever that sells Girl Scout cookies, sorry, I just saw this one first. So
here's the real question: does it come with instructions?
Oh my god! That honestly, like, I know, like tonight's topic, I've pushed back for a week or two now, and I kind of wanted to push it back again just to discuss Instructgate.
Oh my god! I didn't even see all the posts that started it all, but my god, people are going crazy.
I saw the post that started it, but we'll shelve it. We'll get to it when we get to it. We still got 2 other topics on the burner, so it'll be fine. But anyways, tonight's topic is, what is your stance on shelf uniformity? Like, are you cool with figures being mishmashed? Just kind of one shelf fits all? Are you strictly one line per shelf, and even if there isn't enough to like fill that shelf out, you still just keep it that way? Do you have a Misfit Island type shelf that just has like maybe it's just a few things from different lines you wanted to pick up and just sort of like there's nothing thematic about it, you just want to put these like random things on this one shelf, a random shelf, I guess. So Tyler, I think this was your topic. I'm going to let you go first.
So my thing with shelf uniformity, I cannot have my Beast Wars with like car robot stuff, like G1 or anything that came after. With my video game stuff, it's generally I have my Xbox stuff together, then I have my PlayStation stuff together. It's always separated by something. And
what if it's cross-platform? What if it's cross-platform?
It has its own shelf.
Oh, okay. Fuck, fair.
Yeah.
Should have seen that
If it's both, then yeah, it's got its own shelf. Unless I'm gearing the display towards like super soldiers, so I'll have Master Chief and then Isaac Clarke from Dead Space, and then Doom Guy and Samus and all that on the same shelf. It all just kind of depends. But like the only time it's acceptable is when for me anyway, is that it's not crossing franchises. So like I don't collect Star Wars, but like I would never put Star Wars and Transformers on the same shelf. I would never put Ninja Turtles and Star Wars on the same shelf, so on and so forth, right? Like everything would have to have its own dedicated shelf. Like right now I've got Metabots, then I've got Zoids, then I've got Titanfall, then I've got Gundam. That's my mech shelf, but it's all segregated into its own like little mini displays across my detox. And then in the Detox is all Beast Wars, nothing but. And then out here is just all video game stuff. Like, I cannot have it all, like, mixing around like that. You know what I mean? That's just me personally. I can't have it mixed. But I was curious on whatever other people's takes are, because I will spend hours and hours and hours trying to figure out a display, because if it's not uniform, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So
Jed, you can go to bed now.
Jed says Beast Wars is G1. He's not wrong. So I'm a bit of a mixed bag here. So overall, like, there has to be a like a major theme for a shelf. Like, each shelf is kind of like thematically put together. Just like as an example, just using my Beast Wars stuff as an example, I have, like, you know, on in different cases, like, there's the pre-Beast Wars Maximals on one shelf, and then it goes down to the season 1 Maximals, and then the season 2 Maximals, and the season 3.
Right.
That said, I have duplicates of things, whether it be 10th anniversary Telemoka, whether it just be the same figure bought 3 times in Inferno's case. Well, I'd say it's 2 US Infernos and 1 Japanese Inferno, but there's no differences. But, like, my season 1 shelf is all the toy decos, despite having those green sticker Japanese decos to make a better, you know, kind of show accurate look with that original mold. But I think I'm more fond with the season 1 stuff because I didn't have as much of it as a kid, being more along the lines of the toy stuff. So, like, my Yellow Beak Pterosaur and my Red Eyes Rat Trap, they're stored in a box. Until I can figure out what to do with any of that spillover Beast Wars stuff from 10th anniversary and Japanese repaints and things like that, they're just going to live in a box. And then, like, season 2, because, like, to me, season 2 was really the best part of Beast Wars. I have that with as many of the show accurate decos as possible across both the Maximal and Predacon shelves. So I've got Telemoka, Dinobot, Waspinator, Japanese Rampage. There's a Tarantulas that Joe sold me that has the same vac metal as the Japanese one, but it doesn't have the painted visor. And so on and so, like Metals Convoy, Metals Megatron, whatever. And then season 3 is just I've got these extra figures here, so why not? But then, like, Beast Wars 2nd Maximals main team is up on another shelf. This kind of like extras, so I guess, like, with a few exceptions, needless to say, Beast Wars 2nd is on 2 shelves on each side, and then I got Beast Wars Neo, and then below that, like, I was just like, okay, here's like the spillover for crazy Japanese shit. So like Blue Big Convoy, Black Big Convoy, Burning Convoy, Flash Lao Convoy, and then like Convoy Bat, some of that other stuff that just fits. Where on the other side, it's like Black Lao Convoy, and then the Blentrons and the Armada Predacons. So there's gotta be a theme, but like kind of getting away from that aesthetic thing. Like my 3H record shelf. So you've got like Beast Machines toys, Beast Wars toys, and like a G1 mold, or 1 or 2 G1 molds, and then like Masterpiece Hot Rod on that shelf. Like that's a mix mashed everywhere thing, just because that was what the records were in the 3H Beast era. So I've got like all of that right there. And then like on the bad guy side, I kept the Cyclonus and Mega Zerak and Cryotech. And then like I put Select's Nightbird over there with them. I think I really only have, but there's a theme there. I think the only time it gets, I have 2, I guess, random shelves that aren't thematic, and one is where I keep my IDW scavengers, and I just put random like movieverse bots that I really like Steelbane, the Studio Series Lockdown, AOE Drift, stuff like just stuff where there's no other place for it because there's only 3 or 4 of these things in my collection, are going to go with the scavengers because the scavengers is a relatively small group. I take that back. I got 3. The other one is like Throne of the Primes, Optimal Optimus, the Monster Bots, and the Power Dashers. Just because, like, where does any of that shit go? And then finally, I've got like my shelf of I call it my Axiom Nexus display, and it's under my BotCon 2015 shelf, but it's just all the random stuff that the Collectors Club made that doesn't really fit anywhere else because I don't have a Chug display, or I don't have this display, or I don't have that display. So it's just just finding a spot for them. I was like, okay, they just belong in the Axiom Nexus because that's what that's the kind of shit that would have happened in fiction anyways. And I think most of them actually ended up, some of them anyways, doesn't matter. But it's typically there's got to be some rhyme and reason for there to be that. But if there isn't, like if it's just the default is random, like it just has to be random, then it's just going to be random. And it doesn't bother me to have that.
That shit bugs the shit out of me.
Yeah, well, I mean, if there's no other place, like I don't see the point in, just because real estate for me is so valuable, because I do have a lot of shit in storage, using like a space for something that there's only 2 or 3 figures that are gonna mesh in that space. So,
would you put your Marvel Legends though with your Beast Wars?
I know. Okay, here's some. This is gonna be weird. Like my universe stuff. I have RID 2001 car robot stuff, universe stuff, and Beast Machine stuff, all sharing a general display, which is like tops of the Detox. I mean, they're kind of separated. Like I've got universe. Like I think I did Beast Machines Dinobots and Beast Machines Wreckers, and then I did proper Beast Machines. So there's some separation there, even though there's some blending in right there in the middle. But like then on the other side, it's like there's like I put the 3 Predacons from Car Robots on the bad guy universe shelf. Like they're mixed in with universe and Beast Machines and all that. So as far as Marvel Legends, no, like I have Marvel Legends on their own shelf, despite them being surrounded by robots. They're gonna get moved eventually. But some things I do display is like the Revolution set, the SDCC Revolution. So I've got like Jetfire and then a couple other random G1 bots from that comic. And then there's like Rom and Marissa Fairborn and the Only Human, Hot Rod and RC. And Death's Head is on that shelf. Like any kind of human that I have figure-wise that interacted with Transformers to any degree, whether if it was in that story or not, I have them on that shelf. Like so, like there's a Snake Eyes on that shelf, and then below I've got the other, the other GI Joes and Snake Eyes, or not Snake Eyes, GI Joe and Transformer stuff. But and then I put the Battle Beast, the little Orva that I got, the one that broke twice. I stuck him on that shelf as well. So it just depends. Like it just depends on if they ever interacted at any point between the franchises, as to whether or not I would stick them there. Like I've been looking for a really cheap 3 3/4 inch symbiote suit Spider-Man, just to kind of stick with all that stuff. So I hope that answers the question.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right, Dalton. All right, Mike.
Me. The fuck. I don't really like anything mixing on my shelf unless it's out of space or just can't find anything to go with it. Much like what Dakota was saying. What I usually do with my shelves is I'm mostly a Chud collector along with Beast Wars. So I've got my season 1 Autobots, season 2 movie, and season 3, and then Japanese characters like the Gaijin Rai, and mix in Computron with that and the rest of the Headmasters. Then I've got my Decepticons in the same situation: season 1, 2, 3, movie, so on. Beast Wars, I don't have that many yet, but I've got them both on the same shelf facing off, Predacons and Maximals. Same thing with my Masterpiece Beast Wars. I've got kind of the same situation going on with my Masterpiece G1 characters. Action figures, I kind of just let them mingle around because I don't have that many 6-inch figures. Gundams are on their own shelf. Model kits, all the model kits are on their own shelf. BotCon figures get displayed in front of the box, just all on their own shelf.
Oh, see, since I made the switch to Detox, there is no displaying the BotCon figures with the box anymore, which is kind of disheartening because the box art is so nice. But what are you gonna do? That like you kind of saying that all the model kit stuff kind of stays with itself. Like that's something I'm kind of like reeling with myself right now. Like I do, like as far as model kits go, I only have the Gundams, but I have that Flame Toys Megatron, and I'm like, I don't know where to put it, and I think I'm just gonna stick it with all the Gundams and like the one Evangelion kit that I have.
That's what I did with the.
Sorry, that's something too. When I don't have space for a kit, I will just not build it. I will just keep it in the closet somewhere until I know I have a space for it, and then I'll build it and I'll put it in that space.
That's fair, but like I honestly I never really had space for the kits, regardless.
Just cram them in with the perfect.
That's why they're just crammed in. Oh no, they're just crammed in with fine china.
Well, now they are.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's like they're not even separated by whatever. Like I've got Wing, Universal, Century, IBO stuff. Like it's all just together.
The Hagax.
What were you saying?
I've even got as the Hagax.
No, you even got a shelf. Continue.
Oh, I've even got a shelf that's just kind of like mixed, matched together with the Universe figures, the S&D upgrade kit Optimus, and even the Studio Series Bumblebee Prime. So, yeah,
like Tyler, I don't know why you hate on mixed matched.
Mike, what is your wife doing? Is she cooking crack in the kitchen or what? All I hear is a fork bashing up against the pot.
That's a whisk. That's a whisk. A whisk is a Canada fork.
You whipping that water or what?
Chris Barnes asked me, who do I use for Fulcrum? I don't yet. I'm just going to kind of wait it out for Fulcrum. It's like I also don't have. Oh shit. There's another one I don't have. Doesn't matter, but yeah, I've got a couple stand-ins for my for my scavengers as well. Like right now, I'm using the Fall of Cybertron Grimlock, but as soon as MMC makes theirs, it's going to get subbed out real fast. But Mike, what about you, man? That's your music.
Man, it's hard to say on mine. I mean, most of the time, I want to keep my stuff organized by, like one whole shelf, nothing but Autobots, one whole shelf, nothing but Decepticons. But, my shit's everywhere. I mean, like my BotCon stuff, I've been pretty good on keeping all the BotCon stuff together, like each year's stuff, together. Some shelves share, multiple years.
Yeah. Sometimes they did stuff for like multiple years. Like that's why like 2009 Razor Coils with my 2006 Predacons.
Right.
Or 2006 and 2016 Predacon. Like 16 is spread across both shelves too.
I know recently, like all the Siege stuff, I got all that on 2 different shelves. Everything I got on that. All my Masterpiece are on one shelf that I have, and then I try to keep the Beast Wars stuff together, and then like all the Combiner Wars, when I was rebuying all the Combiner Wars and combined them, I put all of them on one shelf, all combined together and everything.
Honestly, yeah, that's probably for the best because they look like crap as single figures.
That's his opinion. And a lot of my stuff, I have a lot of stuff just mix and match. I mean, I got like some Combiner Wars, Titans Returns mixed in together with, some club stuff. I mean, it's just shit with shit.
That's fair. That's very angry, Mike, of you.
Well, and then now, like stuff that I keep in boxes, like the Takara reissues. I got them all in one, single line all together. All my Hasbro reissues together. I don't know. I mean, as far as my 6-inch stuff on action figures, I got rid of most of those, except for my Captain Americas, and he's up there with Transformers in the corner of one of my cases.
Now, my 3 3/4-inch stuff, dude, like it like they all intermingle. So like I've got Marvel stuff, the few Star Wars things that I have, Assassin's Creed, Boss Fight Studio stuff, my one cowboy from Dime Novel Legends, like all of that shares the same shelf space. Like it's all 3 3/4-inch. It all can go together.
Yeah, I know. Like on, I know you don't care about my pop collection, but some of them I try to keep like one collection all together because I turn them sideways. You just see the character art on there.
So you buy the pops just to display the box art?
Here, I'll show you real quick.
No,
you don't have to.
No, we don't want to.
See how they're all.
What's the point then?
Now those over there, those are.
Can you do me a favor? Direct your camera to whatever the fuck that popping noise is. Okay, repeat after me.
Oh Lord, no, I will not. I know better.
We'll go from angry Mike to dead Mike.
He knows when his life is at risk. Leonardo11 says, I try to keep everything in groups, but if I ran out of space, I mix everything together. Like that's me. In a nutshell, that's what I do. Like but like I try to map things out in advance too. Like I knew I wanted to build a Supreme Commander shelf. So like, I'd have Primal and Prime and Omega Prime or Godfire Convoy, whatever, Star Convoy, Diatlas, all that stuff. Like they would all, like, whatever the ideal releases of those toys are going to go on that shelf. The Encore Big Convoy, MP Lio, stuff like that. So like Tyler, I think like at what point are you just gonna, because I know you only dabble in a few things here and there, like at what point is it going to be acceptable to be like, okay, well, this has to share some space?
I think just because of the way I am,
never.
Honestly, I think I would get rid of stuff before I made it share space with each other, because to me it just looks like once you cram everything together and everything's sharing space and there's no identity to it anymore, it's just a mess. And when it's just a mess, it's no longer attractive to the eye for me. So I think if it came to either putting everything on one shelf or like mixing up shelves or getting rid of some things to keep that uniformity, I would get rid of stuff to keep the uniformity, because that's more important to me in my display than having a lot of stuff that I cannot display with justice.
Yeah, I can see that too. Like, again, like that kind of brings me to why I have my Red Eyes Rat Trap and my Yellow Beak Pterosaur just in storage. Like, despite those being the better, more rare, visually appealing versions of those toys, I mean, I could put them in beast mode, I guess, next to, or I could make one beast mode, one robot mode, whatever. It just doesn't. And like the same with my 10th anniversary Primal and Megatron. They're just in the same box. 10th anniversary Tarantulas in the box. 10th anniversary Cheetor, you guessed it, in the box. So
in the box.
In the old, it's a priority mail box that I don't even think they make that size priority mail box anymore. And just bubble wrap, like that's it. Just stuff like that. Now, I definitely, again, like I don't see where I would mix any of my 6-inch toys with Transformers. 3 3/4-inch is a different story. But even if I had some 6-inch stuff that would go thematically with Transformers, I think it's just too big. Like, even if it was like an MP scale transformer, I just wouldn't do it. It wouldn't be for me. Not like 3 3/4 inch. Like, I don't know, man. It's just such a universal scale. Like, I feel like it looks okay-ish enough with like your chug scale, your deluxe, etc. stuff. And I feel like it's good with masterpiece stuff. It's not scale, but nothing is. I also got a couple other like random thing. Like, I think I put the Scrounge, the Combiner Wars Scrounge, and the Collectors Club Circuit on my G2 Autobot shelf, just because like they have very vibrant G2 colors, despite neither of them being G2 characters. So like that's another thing too. Like if it looks like it fits, then that's where it sits.
Yeah, Circuit's close enough.
Yeah, Action Master.
Those weird Action Master.
Well, and you know, and like for the BotCon G2 set, they did Double Punch. He was an Action Master, so you know, what are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
But anybody else have anything they wanted to add to that? Did you say turn it, Mike?
Return it. What
Oh,
are you gonna do?
Oh my God.
Return it. Ask for a refund.
well, I'm sure Brian will get right on that for me. I'm sure he'll refund me that money. But your screen share went away, bud.
Mine?
Yeah, yours. You got a screen share again.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We had a giveaway thing going on, which I'm sure is why
Hey,
some of y'all are still here.
are you ready?
All right, so this was
is a
for
giveaway.
the.
These are all the people.
You got my name on there, right?
No,
Absolutely.
cast
You didn't comment.
Cast members cannot join. Tom joined. I don't think Peter did, but Kabar did.
That's fine.
And I thought Corey wanted to, but he never did anything. So whatever.
Had to comment on the post, but
And
we got. Looks like we got.
I'm kind of happy Rodri didn't enter because I wouldn't want to send this thing into the fireball. This thing would just burn up when it got there.
That kind of. Oh man, that kind of did remind me. Like, even though like it's not. I wanted to talk about it earlier in the show, not talk about it, but at least say that like. Me personally, like my hearts are going out to people and like even like definitely the animals and stuff in Australia right now, because like the entire continent's on fire. And there's just a bunch of dead things, like animals losing their homes. Like I think the Irwin family is saved like a bunch.
90,000.
And not just
That's good.
How much?
I mean, it's
90,000.
90,000, you know, and there's other people just doing what they can. Like I saw a picture of a lady, like took her shirt off and then like put it around a little koala that was like small. And it's just super sad shit, man. So like, you know, like definitely, I think we need to like. I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, and you know all this other bullshit, but like that's something that I think needs everyone's attention because what's happening over there is not good. Whether it's, you know, you're an environment nut or you just care about animals, I think we should definitely keep those in our keep Australia in your thoughts and all that.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers. But also, if you can donate, I think there's a couple of different, you know, whatever funds up. You know, doesn't hurt to throw some money at the situation either. So
yeah.
Anyways. Let's are we ready? Let's give her a spin. And this is gonna ship directly from Agabus too, I think. So at least we'll get that discount.
All right, first one out. Are we?
I mean, we do.
Oh, we're doing elimination. Elimination? Does it eliminate? I don't think it eliminates.
I don't know what it does.
Nope. This is
All right,
okay.
never mind.
Here we go. We have it's the other one that eliminates. But
Fernando Delgadillo.
Delgadillo?
Yeah, I think that's right. Delgadillo.
All right.
Delgadillo. Fernando Delgadillo.
Congratulations, you just won yourself a
If you really want to have some
Transform
fun, you
Element
can
Black Widow.
you can just remove his name and spin again.
No, that's not fair. The dude won.
Congratulations. I did.
Congratulations, Fernando. One of us will
only winners get removed.
We'll send you a message on Facebook, be it from the Stasis Lock page or one of our personal pages, and we'll get your shipping info and we'll get that sent out to you. So, with that said, Tyler, where can people find you?
Oh shit, I'm on the spot. You can find me everywhere. Daltonian CS.
That's a good go-to. Mike, where can people find you at, man?
You can find me everywhere at Daltonian TVS.
And Dalton?
You can find me, the real Dalton, at Daltonian's TFs.
He even did the wait, is it this?
I'm a real boy.
He just brought it up. Quick draw.
Did he even do the finger? Did he do the finger?
Yeah, he did the finger. He said, "You can find
asshole.
me, the real Dalton, at Daltonian CFs." You can find me everywhere at Primal Sabbath. But before you get out of here, you should check out some of these shows on the Cool Table Network, such as Cybercast, Uncut, In the Realm, Toy Detox, Figga Bangin, Bears, 40K, Plastic Mass, Breaking Mold, Narrative Radio, Fresh Communications, Building Up to It, Verbally Challenge, Masterpiece, Shitpiece Theater, and a few honorable mentions, Blackout Shout, All Queued Up, Off the Run, Cybercast, Like Gumbo, in around 30 minutes with our boy Matthew Deluxe Baldwin. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you all here next week. Yay!
Let us know.